So you
Hey, Street Talking Other Stuff. Mike Mad Dog Magnani, thanks for tuning in today. Great to have you. And you know what I really love about this time of year is the melting snow. And let's just hope it's done. Now, I feel that, hey, the snowpack is okay. We're doing all right. Winter, you've done your job. Go ahead, go home, okay? But look, I've got a good show for you today. I'm very excited about this one, truly. But just a quick story. You know, there was a vehicle accident here in Wenatchee. I ended up investigating some time ago, where this older gentleman rear-ended a guy in a Porsche, and it was just a fender bender. But the Porsche driver was just a jerk. And he gets out of the car and he goes up to the old man and says, "Look, you damaged my Porsche. You give me $10,000 right now, or I'm going to beat the stuffing out of you." And the old guy goes, "Oh, God, well, I don't have that kind of money. Let me call my son. My son's a dolphin trainer, and maybe he can help us out." And the Porsche guy goes, "Oh, a dolphin trainer? Yeah, go ahead, call him, you know." So the guy calls his son up, and the son says, "Dad, I'll be there in a minute." And the Porsche guy's going, "Oh, a dolphin trainer. You know, I don't get the money from him. I'm going to beat the snot out of him, too." So the son pulls up, gets out of the car, and proceeds to bash the snot out of the Porsche driver. And the Porsche driver's laying on the side of the road, and the guy goes over to his dad and said, Dad, how many times have I told you? I don't train dolphins, I train seals. I train Navy SEALs." How you like that one, huh?
That was good. I was wondering where that was going.
Okay, so hey, like I say, I've got a good guest today. I'm very excited. Been looking forward to the show a long time. You'll love it. But hey, Street Talking Other Stuff. You stick around. We will be right back.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here.
Oh.
I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low price.
Come see how very different you will feel in your Bullfrog Spa.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
Okay, we're back. Street Talking Other Stuff, and I want to introduce His Honor, the Mayor of Wenatchee, Mike Poirier. Mr. Mayor, thank you for being here.
I want to make sure everybody knows I do not have a Porsche. So I I want to have a little fun today.
Okay, that's good. You didn't train Navy SEALs
I
either,
didn't
did you?
train Navy SEAls.
You know, now we're on the subject. A friend of mine's son was a Navy SEAL. And a former cop I work with, his son was a Navy SEAL. And the guy, you know, they have like 100 guys who try and only 4 make it.
Yeah.
You know what all the ones who made it, the one thing they found they had in common was? They were spanked as children.
Oh, yeah. They wanted to pass on the punishment.
I guess,
don't know
yeah.
what that, yeah.
All right.
I thought you meant like all the dads worked at SeaWorld or
No.
something like that.
No. Okay, Mr. Mayor, nice to have you.
Thank you
know,
very
I mean,
much.
I've known your mom. I know your daughter. It's great to finally meet you too.
Yeah, no, this is great. Yeah, I got 3 daughters, and all 3 live in the city of Wenatchee. And
Isn't that great?
Yeah, it really is. And 2 of them give back to the community. And my wife was a kindergarten teacher for 35 years, so I got to give a lot of credit to her to continue that giving back to our society.
What school did
So-
she teach at?
So Maureen taught at St. Joe's, and then
Okay.
she substitute teach for the school district now
Oh,
because
all
they're hurting for substitute teachers. So if anybody's interested, you can also get an emergency sub certificate. I don't know if you know that or not, but emergency sub certificate through the state of Washington. It's good for 5 years. And obviously I promote the schools and want to be involved with schools, and
cool.
and that's something that's important. So she taught there. Then Abby, my oldest daughter, works Pinnacles. She's vice
my
principal there.
grandson, my grandchild goes to Pinnacle.
Yeah,
So.
and then she has a special ed education certificate, and then my middle daughter Emily works at Lewis and Clark, and she's a special ed teacher too.
And your daughter Libby is
Libby.
big in the theater community. She was just in the show
Yeah.
Twisted Christmas Carol that I had something to do with. She was
good.
cast in the Apple Blossom musical that's upcoming Grease.
Yeah,
it's
going to be a cheerleader there, and so obviously our family is involved, and you know my in-laws and my mom. You mentioned my mom was at Orchard Middle School at the end as a vice principal there for quite a while. So
Mary Jean Poirier,
yeah.
the dragon
lady they
Yeah.
used to call her. That's right.
Yeah, no, loved her. She was a great gal.
Yeah.
Great gal.
Yeah.
Very, very much liked working with her the few times we had.
Yeah.
You know, both on a professional and a personal basis. So.
Yep, she's down in Arizona getting away from the snow, which I am glad the snow's gone too. As kind of a subject, I was hoping it would snow last year because that would have been on the old mayor's budget.
That's exactly what I was thinking. This guy's going to say, I don't want it to snow because I don't want to have to spend any money clearing it. So you're thinking like a politician, buddy. All right, good for you.
Oh, no, it's good. And then my in-laws, Pat and Leo Saxon. Leo was Washington Growers Clearinghouse for the fruit industry for like 30 years. So obviously our families have grown up here, and you know, I used to say you knew everybody in the city of Wenatchee, but now I might have to ask you about somebody else. But now you just got to ask 2 people, and you'll end up knowing them, which is nice. Yeah. That's what's nice about our community, you know.
I love it here.
Yeah,
I really do. You know, I mean, I don't like the winter. But I would never think of going somewhere else to live.
Are you a skier by chance?
Pardon me?
Ski? Do you ski?
No.
So I never understood. I skied when I was younger, and I broke my nose twice, my shoulder once. Yeah. And but you know, relatives from the Seattle area come over and they come to Mission Ridge. I'm like, why don't you go to the other ski resorts? And they say Mission Ridge has better snow. Right. So that's I guess that's accurate.
A lot of my friends are skiers, but they're always talking about things like what you just said. I sprained this, I broke that. And I said, man, last time I laid on my couch and read a book, I almost rolled off it. You know?
Well, I'm 60. You're not going to see me on that. I do take the grandchildren out, though, on a little berm or something to play around with, which is good.
Okay, so what... And this is a legitimate quote. What motivated you to get into city politics? Okay, because I used to go to, you know, when I was a police officer, and occasionally other times to city council meetings, and I go, oh my gosh, how did those people stand it?
Well, somebody's got to represent you.
I guess. But you seem to enjoy it.
I do enjoy it. You know, I think overall people are inherently good. And what I mean by that doesn't mean it has to be politics or not politics, but you get a direction. And Libby, my youngest, found an article that said, I thought I was a senior, but I was a sophomore in high school, and I did Meals on Wheels. Yeah. And I was participating in that. It was that most people it's ingrained to give back, to do
Right,
something.
right,
I think so I didn't know. I just knew I like to organize things and try to and be a leader and show by. I really believe in showing by example versus just telling somebody what to do to be a leader. But even in high school, I was sophomore class president, junior class president, and I was and senior class president.
Oh, so you've been
so it's just something there. And then I kind of got away from it. I went to East Washington University, graduated in 1986, and it's just, I think it's just there. You have this, and then so I stayed out of it because I'm trying to, build up a business and keep going. And then Frank Kuntz asked me to be on City Council in 2015, I think it was, and I said, yeah, I'd like to try that and get back into it. And it was kind of a bummer for me because after 2 years, there was something that was a big thing on the city when it actually has to do with districting.
Yeah, right.
And I knew personally, I did not want to do districting because that means I got bumped out of my city council.
Sure.
And because it had to do with seniority, how long another person in the district. So when we did that, and I voted, I was a promoter of it because I didn't want the city to get sued for literally millions of dollars.
I know that was controversial, but
it was. But it's the right thing to do. You always. And good time, bad time. I wake up every morning and says, "It's not about me. It's about our community." And if I can do that every single day, then we are going to be in great shape. The city is in good shape, and they've seen a little bit of direction, different direction that I'm going. But overall, it's important. It's important for us to get up every day, have a mission, and realize what we want to do. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. It's. So
how? I mean, you were in the city council for
2 years, so 2015,
all right.
16, 17, I think, and then 2 years, this last 2 years before becoming mayor.
Okay, so what kind of challenge are you facing? I mean, what's coming up that?
Well, probably the biggest challenge is for you to have a better joke. No, I'm just kidding. That was a good joke. I want to have a little. I want to have a little bit of fun.
Okay, one of these days we'll do that. We'll have a joke war. Okay.
Challenges, obviously, we got the homeless, and they just did a point-of-time count last week, and that's going to bring out, and it's point-of-time count or school districts homeless is a different category. So each organization has a different category. I think school district had like 400, but that could be the grandchild staying with grandma because the parents are out of the household or something like that. Last year we had 120 in the city. I believe it was 120, 121 in the city, but it's different qualifications again. And then they just did one in about 3 weeks. We're going to find out what that point of count is. It's going to be higher.
Yeah.
It is. But things that we're doing, maybe it's not as high. Maybe it's instead of 500, it ended up being only 300. It's because of that prospect. So obviously, homeless is a big issue. Okay. I'm calling it compassionate push.
Okay.
And it just means, remember, this is our mom, dad, brother, sister, somebody we love, but also somebody that we know we don't want to enable. Okay. I mean, we don't want to enable people. We want to give them some tools, but they have to do it themselves. And so homeless, and then I got a couple other things when you're ready.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. So
it's
you work closely with like Wenatchee Rescue Mission that are starting, and the Lighthouse, those organizations.
Yeah, those organizations. And matter of fact, the city's looking at getting a homeless care coordinator, because I believe all these agencies, we need a kind of a pin person to be able to get these coordinated cares, and I think that's going to help you, because if I find you, if you're on the streets, and we need organizations to go out on the streets, and if you live in Seattle and your mom and dad's from Seattle and they are good mom and dad, let's help them pick up the call to call mom and dad and get them back in their community. Every community needs to take care of their share. The question is, what's your share, right? And I think that's an important thing to remember. They are humans. We should love them. They were a baby. Everybody was a baby.
And they all have a story. See, I think that too. I say somewhere along the line there was joy at this person's birth. There was some celebratory stuff going on. All of these folks have a story, and you're right. They are human beings that need to be treated with respect.
But not enable them. That's the thing.
Definitely not.
That's the thing.
Definitely not.
Is to have a system in place that does the best thing for our our community,
Yeah.
really. But jump the subject. Affordable housing. We do tax credits for affordable housing apartments. But I'm trying to look at a different direction and push to see if we can get some federal and state money for actually to purchase some land and do some more affordable housing. Like we
Okay.
maybe somehow we're touching it, coordinating it, getting what we want in our community. And I think that's important because if we don't have affordable housing, who's going to do some of the jobs that we need taken care of?
Exactly. Right.
So that's a small push that I'm pushing for that direction.
Okay.
So
what was it when you thought about running for mayor that you said that you were excited about being able to take control of? Now, this one might be a little bit of a challenge, but you're able to say, hey, if I'm the mayor, I can do this or have more influence in this area.
I'm going to start with saying I wanted a smooth transition because I believe the city of Wenatchee is on a good path.
Okay. Yeah.
So I believe my job is to show what direction the city should go.
Okay.
And I think it comes back like the homeless and affordable housing and development in our community to keep a strong city. And we're proud of the city, right? We grow up here. We love it here. If we didn't grow up here, we moved here. There's a reason we came here. So the word control, even though I know I have control or power or whatever you want to call it, I believe it has to be it's everybody's responsibility with some leadership and guidance. And so it's going to be your control, your power. Let's hear what you have to say. What do you have to say? And bring it together as a community.
Good philosophy.
Always got to think of what's most important about everybody in our community.
Sure. Good.
Yeah. We're just one of 35,000, right? Yeah.
Is that what's the population of the
35,000, yeah.
Okay, all
So,
right,
yeah, we're one of 35,000.
Okay, we're talking with Mr. Mike Poirier. He is the mayor of Wenatchee. New mayor was just elected this year. This is his first term around. Very happy to see you here, and got some other questions for him. I really wanted you to be able to tune in today and get to know him a little bit, but hey, we're going to take a quick break, but stick around. Street Talk and other stuff. We will be right back. So.
One more joke.
Snow piles up quickly. Remove it just as quickly with Kubota compact and utility tractors. Rated #1 in durability and owner experience, they're built to take on winter with front and rear mount snow blowers, blades, and rotary sweepers. Get select Kubota tractors for 0 down, 2.99% APR for up to 84 months, plus save up to $800 on qualifying snow attachments. See your local Kubota dealer today.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Most of us are in touch with the internet in one way or another all day long. A fast, secure connection matters. It keeps us entertained, informed, and in touch. Local cares about your connection. We know strong, reliable internet with your choice of speed makes life better. If you need fast, reliable internet, or maybe an upgrade, or you just have questions, connect with us by visiting localtel.com or call 509-888-8888 today.
Okay, we're back. Street Talk and other stuff. Talking with Mr. Mike Poirier, his honor, the mayor of Wenatchee, and again, very glad to have you. Okay, now, I used to be a police officer, okay? long time ago. So how are you and Chief Steve Crown and the Wenatchee Police Department getting along?
Yeah.
It's kind of a curiosity thing for me.
Yeah,
so.
Chief Crown, we're fortunate to have him.
Yeah,
He's
I agree.
great. You know what he did for the city? He got out and got us 2 3/4 full-time employee money that didn't come out of the pockets of the city of Wenatchee. It came out of the pockets from the state. He got a grant.
Oh, great.
And the commitment is then 2 years after that, then the city of Wenatchee needs take responsibility for at least 2 more years, which is great. We had it in the budget. It's there. I really promote this. What it is, we have to use the 2 officers for the traffic safety, and you're going to have a lot more. We want to educate people first, but you know, we're going to start writing more tickets. We haven't done anything for 5 years because we've been more reactive than proactive, and so there's going to be more tickets written. But education, like, hey, you know, we do care about you speeding. We do care you going to the red lights. We do care about mufflers. Loud mufflers, and that's a big issue.
I mean, people used to complain about that all the time. You know? Now, I want to say something here to clarify. This is not an income thing for the city. Okay, the city does not make that much money when they write a ticket. The majority of it goes to district court. And correct me if I'm wrong. If someone contests a ticket, doesn't that actually cost?
Yeah, this is definitely not a. This is definitely not a moneymaker by any means, but it's something the city needs to get us, you know, to be responsible, right? It's been 5 years that we've been hearing these situations and complaints, and then Chief Crown got us the 2-year grant for this, and which is unbelievable. And
that's a 2-year grant for 2.5 police positions.
Yes.
Did I hear you right?
Yep.
Okay, great, good.
Yeah, it's great. And again, it's budgeted for the 2 years after that. That was one of the conditions, and it's so when I say we're going to educate first, except for school zones. Don't speed in school zones.
Okay, all right.
No exceptions.
You're not making
no exceptions for that.
Yeah, you get hit in a school zone, you're going to get a ticket.
That's the way. That's the way it is. And I ran on fairness, and I can tell you right now, if you talk to Chief Crown or any police officer in the city of Wenatchee, he says, if Mike was speeding in a school zone, what would you do? And everyone's going to say, I'd give him a ticket. And that's the way it should be, because everybody is equal here, and so no exceptions. So don't do it.
I tell people all the time, they say, how do I avoid a ticket? I say, don't speed.
Don't speed.
Stop for red lights, you know, so.
But the education process is great, and I don't know if people know, but we also have a parking enforcement, which is different than this, but we didn't have a parking enforcement person for a few years, now we do.
Oh, really? Mark Cyree did it for a while.
Yeah, right.
But then he retired.
And then it's been, he's been retired for like 2 or 3 years, maybe a couple years, Mark. And then a gentleman named Tito, and he went the first day. I was actually dropping off my grandson, walked him in and stopped, and he was actually out of his car talking to the parents and saying, hey, we want to educate you, don't stop the traffic here, you need to do it. And he was out there every single day for like 3 weeks and to patrol that, and we're actually getting great responses. I had a business owner down in Wenatchee and because we were enforcing the 2-hour parking, and he came up and says, hey, I want to let you know I gave $90. My wife got 3 tickets in a row. And you know what this guy says to me? He says, thank you so much, because that parking is for the customers. And he says, thank you. So it's kind of a, people don't like a ticket, but they also know it's needed. And we're going to start going to muffler shops and saying, look, you know, when you put these mufflers on, you know, we want to educate you too, that there's a responsibility. And so we're trying to bring people in to educate, be responsible, and it's actually really great positive feedback from the people that are getting the tickets.
Now I will tell you honestly, when I was the public affairs officer, and for a good part of my career I would go out and do public meetings and stuff. It didn't matter what the meeting was about. It didn't matter what neighborhood it was. It always came up, what are you going to do about people who speed on my street? Okay, and I said, well, limited. And then I would ask people, how many police officers do you think are out there right now? One person said 25. I said, I only wish.
Were you a city of Wenatchee?
Yeah.
Okay.
20 years.
I didn't know. I didn't know that. So everybody knows. This is the first day I ever met Mike. So you guys know. But you know, there's 45 positions for the city of Wenatchee Police, and if you look at other cities, they got 50% filled. we are getting close to our max. This is a premium city to live in, our region, East Wenatchee, our region, to be a police officer here. And that's important, I think. So.
And we have a good department, okay? I know a lot of people see TV shows and see the abuses, they see the YouTube videos, that type of thing. Most of the stuff, if somebody committed those abuses, when I was there, another officer would have reported them. Now, I know a lot of people watching the mic going, I don't think so. It's true nonetheless, okay? It's just not that some of the stuff that's abuses is not necessarily how a citizen is going to understand it. So.
Yeah, it's difficult, but we right now, you know, again, homeless or mental illness, we actually work, if we need a behavioral health person to go out with a police officer, we're working with that. That's a coordination. It's a different world. It doesn't mean it's right or wrong, different, but when you deal with mental illness, we need to make sure, you know, it's not punish the people. It's how can we help to get them back on their feet.
And actually, some people were surprised because I said the cops, I'm sure this is still going on, did something called critical incident training where they worked directly with dealing with people who had mental health issues. So I'm sure that's something still going on.
It's still that training actually is going on. Chief Crown and I were meeting last Thursday or Friday, and he actually mentioned that. Yeah. Which is good.
Okay, so what are you really liking about the job? What do you get up in the morning and go, oh gosh, I get to do this, you know?
Well, this hasn't been fun at all. Just kidding. This is one of my best. You know, it was funny because actually November 8th, the day after the election, they set me up in office. Mayor Kuntz went on vacation for a couple weeks, and I got to get the roll in right away. But last week, so you know, is one of my best weeks, and it was just to meet with the department. I've been meeting with department heads truly, but it's all that information, you know, that you have to determine is it to protect you. Should I tell you this or not tell you this? Should I tell you this or not tell you? It's the right way to do it, and you got to keep a lot of stuff, like they say, lonely at the top. Maybe, you know, there's a lot of information you got to protect other people. You want to keep that to yourself or determine when that should come out.
Okay,
but which is great because I obviously ran based on transparency also, and so I want to make sure we communicate. We're doing a lot more. Communication to the community. You're going to see a lot more outreach. One of the fun, you know what's fun for me is I'm dealing with the president of the college, and we're going to have a city council meeting at the college.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
good idea.
Yeah, so we're working on that, and I want to do that more of an outreach program.
And I said this earlier, I like your Facebook presence, okay? I think that's cool. All right, but hey, talking with Mr. Mike Poirier, current mayor of the city of Wenatchee, was just elected, started this year. Very much appreciate him coming on today. But we got to take a break, but stick around. We'll be back in a minute, so.
Crystal's Intimate Lounge is a wonderful place to relax and enjoy your dining experience while taking in the breathtaking views of the mountains. And you can host your next private event at Crystal's Restaurant and Lounge, 2 blocks west of downtown Leavenworth. Enjoy the warm atmosphere of Crystal's event space and the enthusiasm of their staff. Not to mention their mouth-watering banquet menu, which has something to fit every group's needs. Reserve your date today.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace? Neighbor? Business? Housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Your home runs on hot water. From the kitchen, to the bath, to the laundry. So Rheem offers a wide variety of water heaters from traditional models to ones smart enough to tell you how much hot water is available. On second thought, perhaps the laundry can wait.
Okay, we're back, and hey, Mr. Mayor, I thank you very much
Yeah.
for taking the time out of your day to be here. I really appreciate it. But hey, thanks. We got a good guy here. But Street Talk and other stuff. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Show that goes coast to coast looking for the future stars in sports. We'll begin on the West Coast with one of the best players in California, then go all the way across the country to New York City to meet one of the nation's best guard combinations. You'll also hear from the #1 girls basketball prospect in America, and also a young lady in Florida who juggles multiple sports. Plus, former Pro Bowler Bryant McKinney will chat with us in our journey to greatness. That's all coming up next on Sports Stars of Tomorrow. Welcome to Sports Stars of Tomorrow. I'm your host, Charles Davis. We're starting today's